Hola amigos, bienvenidos. Hi friends, welcome back to the Language Tutor Spanish series. I'm your profesor de español, Danny Evans. Well, in episode 52 today, I got another great tense for you. This is going to really expand your conversation. We're going to do the conditional tense today. We're going to be doing the conditional. And you think, well, what is conditional? If you never really learned what that is, well, that means if the conditions are right. It's that easy. Well, maybe not. I am going to tell you it's the word could or would in Spanish. You could do something, would do something if the conditions were right, because really that's what could and would means in English, right? Let's look at a couple of examples here. I would help you. So, if you say, I would help you, somebody has said something and you're well, in that situation, I would help you. If you decide to do that, I would help you. So you're saying if the conditions are right by saying would. And here's another one. They could learn it. I've heard teachers talk about that before. Well, I'm not sure if I want to present this yet to them. Maybe they're not ready. And somebody says, well, they could learn it. So if you were to do it, the conditions were right, they could learn it. And here's another one. We would go. If you decide to do that, we would go. So if the conditions are right, we would. So really that's what we're doing, is saying would and could. Now, how do we do conditional tense in Spanish? Well, like the future tense in last episode, the infinitive stays. Okay, we're going to leave the AR, the ER, and the IR on the verb, and we're going to put another set of endings. Now, this time we're going to use the same endings that we did when we did the imperfect for ERs and IRs. Okay, so you already got those down, I hope. So that means you're just going to take something you already know and you're going to put it into a different context. All right, let's put the chart up. Let's look at our endings. So just remind ourselves of those endings. Ia at the top left, and then ias, and then the bottom left is ia. All of these have accents on the I. Iamos, iais, and ian. All right. There you go. You already got those down, so we don't need to go over those again. So just keep those in your mind. Now let me just point something out really quick. All three types of verbs are going to use these endings, ERs, IRs, and ARs. Okay, they're all going to use the same. We don't switch for AR endings. We did that in the imperfect tense, but not for conditional. They're all going to use the same. So let's look at the verb ayudar. We talked about the verb to help before, so we can say ayudar, to help. We're going to take it, leave the AR on there, put the ending on it. So this is what it would look like. Ayudaría. Yo ayudaría. I would help. Tú ayudarías. Ayudarías. Él, ella, usted ayudaría. Now notice it's the same for the yo form and the él, ella, and usted form. Again, just pointing that out again. Top right, ayudaríamos. Remember, all those accents are on the I's, so we got to stress that I. So, ayudaríamos. Next one, the vosotros form is ayudaríais. Ayudaríais. That's a mouthful, I know. You practice that a couple times just so you get it down. And then ayudarían. Ayudarían. Okay, and there you go. That's how we do them. We do the same for ERs and IRs. Just put that infinitive, throw the ending on it. So let's look at those sentences that we introduced the episode with. So I would help you. I would help you, yeah. So yo te ayudaría. Yo te ayudaría. I would help you. Okay? We're talking about those students again. They could learn it. They could learn it. Ellos lo podrían aprender. Ellos lo podrían aprender. By the way, I just want to go back to episode, I believe it was 39 and 40. Remember, we can do this in two different ways when we have those extra little words in there, those pronouns. So I could say, ellos podrían aprenderlo. Ellos podrían aprenderlo. We can do it that way as well. All right, so just a little grammar reminder there, okay? Now, also, let's to the other one that we were talking about. We would go. Yes, we would go. So nosotros iríamos. Nosotros iríamos. All right. Now you've got the conditional tense down. But like the last episode with the future tense, we can use it in different contexts. And you're going to find some of them are relatively similar to the future tense. But I just want to show you some other contexts that you can use the conditional tense with. The first one is speculation about a situation. So you're kind of thinking, this could be the case. Here's an example in Spanish. Después de trabajar todo el día, estarían cansados. So, after working all day, they would be tired. See, we're speculating, all right, about the conditions that could be. So, after working all day, they could be tired, or they would be tired is what you're saying. All right, so about a possible situation, you're just kind of speculating what could be or what would be. All right, and that's a little different than the future. Sometimes people go, but that's kind of the same speculation as before. But the future tense speculation is more like, if we go looking, that's probably what we will find. Conditional, you're just saying, hey, if that were to happen, then yeah, that would be the case. So if they worked all day, they would be tired. It's speculation about the conditions that are existing. All right. Now, once again, we've got some irregular stems. All right, I'm going to give you that list again. Some irregular stems that you can put down. One of those is caber. We talked about this last time, to fit. Caber. So again, it's going to be C-A-B-R, cabría, cabrías, cabría, cabríamos. Okay, and so again, we're just same stem. We're just putting that different ending on it. All right, so decir is also going to be D-I-R, just like the future tense. Diría, dirías, etc. Hacer, again, is going to be H-A-R, haría, harías, okay. Poder, to be able to, same thing. We're going to be talking about would be able to or could do something, all right. Podría, podrías. Also, to want, same as before in future tense. Querer, quería, querías. All right. Also, saber, S-A-B-R, sabría, sabrías. Salir, same thing, S-A-L-D and an R, saldría, saldrías, etc. Tener, T-E-N-D-R, again, tendría, tendrías, etc. And venir, again, vendría, vendrías. It's got the V-E-N-D-R. And that winds up all of our irregular stems. Okay, guys, well, now you know how to do the conditional tense. So we have down the present, the preterite, the imperfect, the conditional, the future, ir plus a plus infinitive, tener plus que plus infinitive. We have all kinds of structures now that we can use in our conversation. And let me just tell you, there are many more tenses to come. And somebody once sent me a message on Facebook, and they said, is it really possible that there are 7 simple tenses and 7 compound tenses in Spanish? And I said, yes, that is true. But it's all similar, just sets of endings that are kind of borrowing from each other. So it's nothing to get stressed about. It's one of those things that you just go, okay, so I'm going to pull a little of this, a little of that, put together, put this ending here, really, and you have all 14 of those tenses down. And we still have lots of tenses to cover. We have mandates to cover, commands, all kinds of things. So lots of great lessons still coming your way on the Language Tutor Spanish. Hey, we appreciate you watching and subscribing and clicking the notification bell. Just appreciate you being faithful to us and hanging out with us here, okay? We'll see you next time really soon. Hasta pronto. Adios. Friends, thanks for watching the Language Tutor. If you have a question for me, feel free to leave it in the comment section below the video. And please click subscribe and the notification bell so that you'll never miss any of our language lessons.